Oh, you can get out?
Yep.
So,
We're gonna head to Montrose, which is, I believe, only like 30 miles away. I have no idea what it's about, what it's like, but a bunch of the locals kept saying that place was rad too, so we'll see.
High five. I'm awake. I feel like Tommy felt yesterday.
We are just leaving Delta. I don't think any of us have ever been there before, but it's a cool spot. The boys killed it yesterday. And now we're headed like 30 miles down the road to a place called Montrose, which our buddy JJ says pretty much the same terrain. A little bit more tighter technical jumps.
Trunk's kind of flat. Printer slide out broke. We're looking good. We're looking good.
This is a big production. There's a lot to get this together. We've got, what, 6 campers here, and just trying to keep them all maintained and running throughout a 2-week trip. It's a lot of work.
Basically, Settle's whole program sucks if you ask me. It doesn't do anything really good. It's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of nothing.
I don't know what J-Rod does. Puts a lot more weight on my shoulder, but that's all I know. J-Rod's my partner in crime. Him and I travel together pretty much all year long.
Settles and J-Rod, they pretty much set up this whole scene here. They get everything rolling. Like, we all get in at the same time, and I get the bike ready, and they get pretty much all the camp ready. They're the backbone of it. They go over everything.
Super Mario, the hardest working one-legged dude I know. He gets it done for sure. Kind of like the leader while we're driving, guides us where we need to go. Of course, he guides us at 110 miles an hour, but other than that, Mario's on top of it.
Cool being out front. You get the clear window, you can see everything. We drive through a lot of cool places, especially in Utah. The guys behind me, all they see is this big Red Bull. You know, and they only get the peripheral view. They don't get the straight out in front of them view that we get. Everybody else will just follow the leader.
The story with Montrose, must be a pretty good story because there's a lot of people showed up to ride here. I haven't been paying much attention, so I don't know the details. I know it's supposed to be a lot like our last stop. Looks kind of the same, just melted down mountains, and a little nervous about how many civilians have showed up to join our riding party. But it is what it is, you know, and just gotta go out and handle it.
Pretty much all the other riders, spectators, everyone was pretty pumped on the whole thing once they finally heard about it. We kept quiet as we could about the whole thing. But, you know, word of mouth goes around really quick. Can't do anything about that. So many people came out and watched, spectators, and the other great riders from around here that came out and jumped with us, had fun, did everything we were doing, and showed us jump.
Yeah, I think word got out that we were here from a small town. And, you know, there are a couple of local guys here that are, you know, they know the area really well. And, you know, they just chart everything, know the terrain. But that's good, you know, we kind of follow them. And that's how you learn. That's how you know, find new terrain and new jumps is go there and, you know, bring a crew of guys and look around.
Ronnie Renner is trying to go through the rockiest area to do this ginormous step up,
And we're here supporting and watching, but I don't even think I've shot his up there. It's pretty insane. For a Renner to take this long and hit something, that's usually means it's pretty big. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't make it through all the Johnny Campbell's before you got to a lick.
Johnny Campbell part.
You need that dude's XR 650 over there.
Yo, I'm Ronnie Renner. You're watching The Great Rye Open on Fuel TV. I was just kind of keeping my eyes open for something new and saw this big mother of a step up, and was like, you know what, I think I can make that. And kind of looked back and I realized, damn it, there is a gnarly landmine field runway with that thing, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the speed I need to make it over that hill. So, you know, I started off clicking gears and I got it up to basically as fast as I could get, fourth gear pinned, and still came up short.
That was bad.
Backed up even more, got more speed at it after I cased it, and still couldn't make it all the way. So I tried to make it happen, and it didn't turn out as good as I wanted to, but you know, it's just how it goes. We find a million jumps out there that don't always work out. Sometimes they don't work out before you even test them. And that one I had a feeling probably wasn't going to work out as good as I was visualizing, but still thought it was worth a shot.
Lift your head, take a look, open your eyes, open your mind, open your eyes, open your head, for once understand.
Give it up. Let's go on to something better. Let's just go.
Yeah.
There were some locals out here that weren't that bad. They were doing all the jumps we were doing. There was this one kid out here though that like amazed me every time we jumped. Like he'd pull like perfect kiss of deaths, perfect cliffhangers, all his tricks off of like a 10-foot jump. That's how it all started for me, you know? You had your little local desert stash, and you'd go out every day, you'd hit the same tabletop over and over. And so it kind of felt definitely like how it all began for me, especially.
There you go, man. How you doing, okay? You too?
We decided to sneak off to Delta, back kind of to where we were the stop before, to an area that we never got to hit called the Quarry. Hitting it up there, kind of did a stealth mission, packed all the bikes, just strapped them down. All of us still had our gear on, climbed in the bus, grabbed a couple filmers, a couple photographers, and zipped up there.
Lance, are you stoked for going back to the place you don't like?
You know what? I'm gonna make the best of it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good attitude. You're off the bus. This is bad attitude bus.
Hey, let's let Lance go out there for like 5 minutes and he can find a jump here. I'm sure.
Head start, Lance.
He might be able to find a jump here.
It gets old after like you hear it every day. It's like, geez, like just trying to have a good time and ride. It's like I just try to like shut it out, just like do my own thing and be a good rider out there, because that's what we're really here for, you know, to show what we have on the hills and to ride as good as we can.
You get there and it looked awesome, perfect blips and stuff, but once you get up there, we didn't really go enough. So, kind of a struggle over there. I mean, we made a few little things, fun little flow things there, and a couple of winners.
I did my thing, just looking around, and I found actually a really big step up. I was hitting basically as much speed as I could get at it with the one jump that was kind of in the way before it. And first few just kept coming up short. Eventually made that happen. And the cool thing was Tommy and Miles found a little section before it with 2 jumps. So I turned that whole thing into like a 6-pack at the end, which was, my favorite part of the day. I know this spot's pretty blown out, but with the light we had left and the wind and everything, we kind of made the best of it. And still not enough though, that day, between loading up and heading over there, this and that, not finding jumps, doing a lot of scouting, ended up just not being, satisfactory for us all.
Tomorrow, we got a good road trip ahead of us again. We're heading for Little Sahara, the last stop on the tour, and on the way there's Green River. Everyone's fired up and stuff, and we see something off the side of the road. We may just pull over and try to ride there a little bit and see if we can get some stuff on the way.
We were pulled over on the side of the road in Green River, and we were trying to figure out if we were gonna ride this place, and it was more of like could we scout it, if it was going to be good. We were kind of in a tight spot, we didn't really know if it was gonna be awesome out there or how it was gonna be, and the weather and everything just wasn't on our side. So we called up Nielson, and luckily he answered and was like, yeah, I got a place, and it's kind of a secret spot.
Got a call out of the blue from Renner on speakerphone with everyone in the background wondering what's up here in town. Nailski, you're on conference call with the entire cast of the Great Ride Open.
Oh, sweet.
I love when the guys come through and give me a call, it's probably the coolest thing that I've dealt with is having all these pro riders, come through and hit me up for one to go show them what I ride on every day.
Sean brought us up here last night, completely dark. We had no idea what this place even looked like. And I'll tell you what, we're in for a treat. When we woke up, it was just bluebird and snow-capped mountains and, some beautiful painted hills, and it was unreal looking. To the first double is so fun. Even right when I saw the trail, I'm like, dude, this is gonna be a sick shot, because I kind of rode down it. I was able to jump in.
Miles has been on the trip with us. He's just been killing it. You know, today was no different. It started off really good, and I looked over, and Miles just pops over this big jump. You know, good air, good style, everything looked good, but he landed and just super soft, and the bike just didn't go as fast as he needed it to be going, and he just flipped over the bars. And it was a pretty ugly crash.
With my crash today, I wasn't really expecting the crash. Obviously, I was in the air, and man, I just landed stuck in the ground, and it seemed like it took forever for me to finally hit the ground. You know, it was like super slow-mo and just went over the bars, and it's kind of hard to tell right away if anything's wrong with you. You just kind of sit there and you're like waiting for something to start hurting. But the only thing that really hurt was just my collarbone. I just kind of tweaked it a good one, landed on the right side, and hopefully it's not that bad sort of thing, and give it a couple days. Hopefully I just kind of bruised it up a little bit, and I'll be back on the bike pretty soon.
It's sometimes good to take a crash right when you're coming back from healing, because you're like, sweet, it held up, we're good. Riding here at Nielson's place, I'll tell you the truth, the funnest place I've ridden in a couple years. You know, the trails are super fun. We found some really cool jumps, and it's just like cool to see all the different type of terrain here.
Grew up riding out here with some buddies, and just spend all day up here and find whatever we could find. Really technical little area, a lot of sage, a lot of tree, and soft dirt. So it's definitely claimed me a few times in the past, and took down one of the really good riders today. So it's a tough little spot, but there's a lot of awesome riding and sweet hill climbs, cool trail rides. If you want to go, have a little fun.
I think we're going on a trail ride. I guess we're gonna climb some hills and ride these ridges, and the helicopter's gonna chase us. And that's it. That's all I know. That's all I know.
This trip definitely it seemed we've got a lot more trail riding in, but I think it has to do with a lot of the areas that we're riding. We've really hit some spots that, like, as far as being on the map for places to go and ride and film, they're not the top places. Something about, I think, this year picking more remote spots, less kind of the road less traveled, has allowed us to kind of appreciate the trail riding and just the scenery around us a little more. I think every stop we've done some real cool rides, and all come back, yeah, it was sick, and we've got a couple jumps that are cool too, but I'm all about doing stuff people can relate to, and everybody likes trail riding. Anybody that rides dirt bikes can dig that.
I decided I was gonna start from last and then try to pass everybody on that ride back to camp. And dude, I haven't broke a sweat like that in a long time, man. It was actually pretty cold out, and I was just like totally intense going through the dust and trying to pull lines. I had no idea where I was going.
I believe Renner started in the back, and by the end of the trail ride, he somehow passed all of us.
Yeah, he put a little block path on me, and I saw him pass Nielson. I can see the heli beside me over there, and I'm like, dude, I think they're getting this. I'm gonna pass this little sucker, man. He got me up into the wilderness a couple times. I was like a mountain lion over there.
Next thing you know, I see this tire next to me, like in the bushes, like trying to pass me, and I'm like, what's this guy doing? So I pinned it. I didn't want him getting by me. And then finally we got to this one spot where I made a little mistake and kind of got off the trail, and he took the trail and just pinned it up, and I was stuck, like kind of like riding in the soft stuff on the side. And I watched him, just like kind of watching Drake, and there was this part where it go down and kind of go up, and Drake just kind of took the down part, and Renner just like took the outside as fast as he could and cut off Drake before they made it to the end of the Y. And he got to the bottom all pumped. Yeah, I was the winner. But it's like, I mean, there's not really a winner. We're just taking a cruise, checking out the scene, and trying to look for stuff cool.
I mean, it kind of sucks on their part because they didn't know that we were racing, but I wanted it, pulled it off, got Drake on the last downhill. You know, I put a little fist pump into it at the bottom. Not sure if anybody noticed and picked up on that, but definitely got a good pump in there. Sealed the deal. Little nail in the coffin. In your face, Drake.
That's a good attitude. You're off the bus.